Hey guys, how's it going? DUJ2 here, and welcome back to Fortnite Save the World. And let's talk. So let's talk, guys. Let's talk about Save the World and free to play. So I did say yesterday that I was going to talk about this, especially after all the incredible news we got from the Save the World State of Development, which, if you guys want to see that video, I did go through. We went through all that. We talked about it. But I'm not going to talk right now about Fortnitemares. I'm going to I'm going to talk a little bit about it, but because of the free-to-play thing. I'm also not the UI. The focus of this video is not going to be the UI, the improvements, the heroes, all that stuff. The focus of this video is going to be to talk about the free-to-play and the fact that they did announce that there will be no free-to-play in 2018. So let's talk about this. What does this mean? What does it mean that the game is not going to be free to play for 2018? So let's go back and give a little bit of history here. And I'm going to kind of break this down into three different parts. We're going to talk about, the beginning of the game, where it all started, all that a little bit. We're going to talk about where we are right now, and we're going to talk about I'm going to talk about why I think they did this, and I'm going to talk about the good and the bad for doing this, because there's a lot of potential here. There's a lot of potential here for positive and negative in our game in the future. But for those of you who don't know, Fortnite started a long time ago. I actually have a video that I've been working on about the history of Fortnite and where it started. Back in many years now, several years now, like 7 years ago now, is when the concept of Fortnite came out, and it went through many iterations. For those of you who have followed like the history of Epic and their games, there's been, even when they were Epics, there's been a lot of with Epic is a company that they will put a lot behind the game, behind a concept and idea, and they'll see it through. They will see it through. A lot of other companies, sometimes they'll start a game, and really push it, and then, cancel it. They'll like push it back and cancel it. Epic has been a company that, because, the Unreal Engine and all that, they have definitely had a lot of push when they go into a game, and Fortnite wasn't any different than that. When Fortnite was announced that it was actually going to come out and it was going to be released, I remember that they did say, and it actually did get released. Did it get pushed back? No, it didn't get pushed back. So I heard that it was going to be released about 6 months before it actually got released. It came out. And back then, I was very excited because I thought this is amazing. I mean, it's like it's a large open world kind of concept campaign, kind of fight the end of the world thing. And what really attracted to me was the building aspect of it too. The fact that you could construct your survival kind of sense, and it looked really awesome. The gameplay, the style looked very different. For some of you who might not know, it's 2018 and 2017. There were several games of this kind of style, and I'm not gonna deny it. Overwatch was definitely a game that cleared the path for a lot of these that are right now, and other games before that as well. But Overwatch's style and look definitely contributed to paving the way for a game like Fortnite to be as popular as it is, because it is very vibrant. It is very, very particular and unique how it looks and how it plays as well. But when we heard that, when I heard that Save the World is coming out, or Fortnite as it was just called back then, I got really excited, and I actually went ahead and I pre-ordered several months before it came out the limited edition, because that was the best you could get at that time. So I went ahead and I pre-ordered the limited edition. And I actually think because I pre-ordered when I did, I actually got to play. I actually still got into the alpha part of it, I believe, because I do remember that there was a change in the game, and then we had like 2 weeks before everyone else, and we were able to jump in and start playing. I'm not going to go through all the different aspects of Fortnite, because there were some really crazy things that started. There were weekly competitions, there were teams led by certain YouTubers. It was really interesting. It was actually really interesting, and now that I think of it looking back, Epic Games always put behind it a lot of belief in, you know, really supporting the whole community side of it. And you can see it now with Battle Royale, with how much money they are investing in the giveaways and well, it's not giveaways, what are they, the competitions and the all these, you know, Battle Royale things they're doing. And definitely we can see a lot of that sometimes, you know, not in that same degree, but we can see a lot of that support for Save the World. I mean, there are a lot of Twitch streamers who constantly get hosted by Fortnite and, you know, shouted out like that. There's some YouTubers as well who are getting to work with Fortnite. There's also well, and to, you know, a more general degree, the sales too. I mean, we're about to jump into a sale starting tomorrow in Save the World, and we're going to get to see, you know, the 50% sale and all that too. So there is definitely that interest from Epic Games to continue developing the game. When it first came out, they did say that it was going to take about a year. Within the year, they said it initially, that within the year the game was going to go free to play. We were in beta, and technically, guys, we still are in early access. So this is still a beta game. Their intention is, and was, and I hope still is, their intention was and is, again, was to release the game as a full version of the game when it went free to play. And maybe even not even fully free to play. I mean, even if they were to reduce the price, you know, to a much lower price just to get, you know, people through the door, especially because of the amount of money that people do spend in Battle Royale. It definitely, you know, it definitely seemed like that was the intention. Now, I don't think anyone expected Battle Royale to, you know, to blow up the way it did, but it did, and that's kind of what I want to talk about now, the now of the game. I've always felt that Battle Royale is a good thing. Battle Royale is associated to Fortnite, and Battle Royale is honestly built on a lot of course it is, built on the concept and what they built initially for Save the World. It's a brilliant method. It's a brilliant game mode. It's a brilliant, you know, approach to the Battle Royale concept, and it's free, which of course enables so much more interaction and interest. And I mean, you can practice, and even if you don't spend a single dime on V-Bucks, you know, you can climb and you can be world famous playing Battle Royale. Now, because I don't think anyone expected Battle Royale to be the way it was, when Battle Royale first came out, Save the World was definitely still first and foremost. Save the World was getting the bigger updates. It was getting more attention because I feel like there was a lot of plans for Save the World and like a timeline, so they were working really hard to get that. And then about a month or two after Battle Royale came out, we did see a big drop. We saw a huge drop in communication and updates and everything. Some of you guys might remember that was a very dark time for Save the World, because we went through a while there without any updates, with a lot of bugs appearing. Again, beta version. A lot of stuff like that, and Battle Royale quickly and rapidly climbing and becoming so just known the world around. Which brings us to where we are now. I feel that, of course, Epic Games looking at Fortnite and seeing one of the modes bringing in just a massive amount of money compared to the other one, which is still doing pretty respectable and pretty good. Of course, the one that has the biggest flow of money is going to get people. I'm sure that they have hired, you know, more developers for that, or maybe even pulled more people from the Save the World team, and, you know, just focus as much as they can to really develop Battle Royale and continue growing it. I do think that some of the improvements we've seen have been also generated because of things that it's still built on the basic game. It's still the same game. So, because I believe we also share servers and everything, I do believe that they're trying to improve the Battle Royale experience, which is also improving our experience. We went a long time there without any developer information, without any developer update or anything like we had here, and seeing that developer update was both very, very encouraging and a little scary to me. So that's where we are right now. Let me talk about why I think they did this. Now, I think there's two reasons. There's two equally valid and equally possible reasons. The first reason is Save the World isn't ready. Right now, there are millions of people playing Battle Royale. There are tens of thousands, maybe even 100,000 people playing Save the World. Maybe. Bringing Fortnite free to play would of course invite all of these millions of people who are playing Battle Royale into Save the World. And why is that? Because V-Bucks. I personally don't think they're ever going to take away the V-Bucks, the free V-Bucks as they call them, from Save the World. It doesn't make sense of removing them. Most of the V-Bucks that we see in Save the World, you're not really going to get them unless you grind a lot, unless you level up. And as we all know, doing those skill trees, getting the experience, you can't really buy that. You have to spend time playing the game, developing your characters, developing your game. It takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of time and effort to get that, to be able to farm, as they say, the 2, 3, 4,000 V-Bucks that you can a month from Save the World. But it's possible. So this is the thing too. There are people who play Battle Royale hours, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 hours a day. I'm sure that Save the World, there are many kids in the world who have to finish their homework before they play Save the World. Sorry, before they play Battle Royale. I'm sure that, a lot of parents have said, you only get to play 2 hours of Battle Royale or Fortnite during the week, on the weekend you can play a little more, stuff like that, and of course there are many people who are very interested and very invested in Battle Royale right now, and releasing another free-to-play version of the game, even if they were to say, listen, if you play Save the World, you can grind and get yourself V-Bucks, which you can then use to buy skins and stuff in Battle Royale. There's not enough time. There's not enough time in the day for people to play both games, and the interest in one is still much higher than the other. I think from the financial point of view for Epic Games, it doesn't make sense for them to throw out a much larger game, a much larger version of the game, Save the World with huge campaigns. And I know many people right now who watch me are in Canny Valley. A lot of people are in Twine Peak. A lot of people are over level 100, 125. A lot of people are tired because they finished the game. There's no more content for them to play. There's nothing else for them to do really in the game. And of course, if I've said this before, if your intention is to beat the game, if your intention is to get to Twine Peaks, finish all 10 SSDs in all 4 areas, get to level 125, guess what? You're going to do it. And it's not going to take you a year. It's not going to take you 6 months even. If you were to grind non-stop and Save the World, you could definitely get all the way up there. Of course, you'd have to spend some money because you have to get some V-Bucks. I don't know. No, actually, you know what? I do believe you could grind pretty much all the experience you needed if you knew where to go and how to do it. So, if your intention is to finish the game, you can finish the game. There's no doubt about it. You can finish this game and it's not going to take you forever. It is a progressive game though, so we do know that there will be more events, more content at it. Candy Valley Part 2 is coming. Potentially, well, of course, well, not of course, but potentially after that, Candy Valley Part 3. And then moving into Twine Peaks, you know, new biome, new story, etc., etc. I don't think we're going to see Save the World go free to play until the Canny storyline is complete, because I'm sure that they've noticed that if people really grind and work hard, they can get out of Canny Valley within a few months, maybe a little more. I think Epic Games realized that releasing Save the World free to play right now would not be viable, because they don't want to take interest away from Battle Royale. Of course, you know, school is back in session. People are, you know, hyped about the new stuff in Battle Royale and everything too. But interest, of course, diminishes. It just wanes. There's new games coming out. Black Ops 4 is out, and the Spider-Man game came out, and there's going to be a lot of other games that are going to be coming very soon, especially for the holiday season. And of course, interest is going to be divided. Attention is going to be divided, and interest is going to be taken away from Battle Royale and from Save the World. It's not the best time to release a less polished and refined version or game mode that is not tailor-made or adjusted to introduce the Battle Royale crowd. And I think that's why we're going to see these UI changes. I think that's why we're going to see the hero changes. I think that's why we're going to see a lot of different tweaks that they're going to be doing in the next couple of months, because and it's also why I think we've seen the beta storms. They definitely want to figure out a way to welcome, introduce, and, you know, take in a lot of players from Battle Royale into Save the World. And something I've said many times before, the introduction to Save the World, the first 5 pages of Plankerton, the tutorials, if you could call them that, they don't really lead you to being very confident of what to do and Save the World. In fact, they kind of leave you very confused. So for people who are coming from a game mode where they know how to build extremely fast, where they have to be very much on their toes, and throwing them into a, you know, kind of like the multiplayer still the squad kind of version of a zombie attack, it wouldn't work right now. I think that if Save the World went free to play, they would get a ton of people initially playing it, but it would lose a lot. And the fear, or I guess the danger in that sense, is that if they get a ton of people going to Save the World and then they don't have the capacity to keep them, they may lose them from Battle Royale as well. Once the attention is taken away from Battle Royale, there could be like, okay, so this game isn't that exciting. What, should I play Battle Royale anymore? Or should I see what other games are out there? And there we go. The other reason why, and this isn't really a reason why I think that it's not going free to play, but this, there is, it's partly a reason, but it's also something that a lot of people are happy about. And the trading system, the leeching system, people, you know, getting carried in, people just farming, people just, you know, leeching off missions, that is very much still a very real reality right now, and sometimes with some very high level people. Those issues have not been corrected, and I think that Epic Games is trying to figure out ways to correct them, because they understand that if they were to release the game free to play right now, that would also be very negative. A lot of people are happy that it's not going free to play, because they feel that it's going to be a ton of new people who are going to just want stuff, a lot more people getting taxied around, a lot more people just going into a mission not really knowing what they're doing and kind of potentially ruining the mission, or who knows what else. And now I don't think that these people are automatically going to start like in Canny Valley, unless being a certain level in Battle Royale or having played a certain amount of time Battle Royale, you can be like, hey, I'm not a total noob. You know, I'm kind of intermediate or expert in Fortnite. And they may throw you into Plankerton, Canny. Sorry, Stonewood. Sorry, I said Plankerton before. Stonewood, Plankerton, or Canny. Depending on your level of capacity in the game. It's a possibility. But I will say this. Personally, and this is the last part I'm going to bring up. When I read this, that it was not free to play right now, and it's not free to play until it could be any time next year. Yeah, it could. I mean, all they're saying is they're doing it till they're moving it out of this year. Actually, they're just saying they're moving it out of this year. Wow, that is an interesting way to say it. We decided to move the free to play launch of Save the World out of this year. That means they didn't say into next year. They just said out of this year. It could be next year, the year after that. It could be 5 years from now. It could be never. And that's the fear that I have. For a lot of you guys who know, if you know what Paragon was, I say was because that was very sad. But for those of us who really believed in Paragon and really put a lot of hope into it, and seeing what happened and how it happened, you can just Google Paragon and what happened there. It was very disheartening, and it's one of those, and I'm not saying they fooled us, because they didn't fool us. But you know the old saying, fool me once, shame on me, fool me twice. No, fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, shame on me. That's kind of how I'm feeling about seeing this information right now. This communication is better than no communication. And this is definitely some communication here. Them saying, you know, Canny Valley Part 2 is coming. They're working on more UI stuff. They're working on front end, the hero stuff. Free to play potentially coming next year, just being moved out of this year. That's a lot of that's a lot of information, a lot of communication, a lot of future plans. But even though I wholeheartedly agree, and I wholeheartedly admit and say Fortnite Save the World is not ready to go free to play yet. It still has a lot of work. It's still beta. Before it gets officially released, there's a lot of things that need to be looked at and figured out. Seeing the potential UI changes, seeing the potential hero updates, seeing all these updates that they're talking about, I really, really want to see them. And by that I mean, I want to see the progress of it. I want to see that, because if Save the World does not go free to play, it's not going to reach the full potential it can have. Unless they were to reduce the price to like $5, something, you know, a token amount, or even like $10, you know, like pay $10, get Save the World, get the money back in V-Bucks, you know, get it in V-Bucks. I mean, like all these people buying V-Bucks in Battle Royale, if they were to say, you know what, buy just, you know, like at the end of the year or whatever, you know, it's like, instead of it going free to play, being like, it's not going to go free to play, but guess what, buy $25 worth of V-Bucks and you get Save the World free, or buy Save the World for, you know, for you know, $25 and get 2,500 V-Bucks free. You know what I mean? Something like that. If they were to do something like that, it would continue to generate the income, and also generate the interest, and also make people feel like, you know, it's not just free. And honestly, guys, it's a huge game. It's a gigantic game. If you go back and look at everything you've put into the game, it is a humongous game with so much potential, so much growth, so much capacity, that to give it away for free, that's incredible. If Save the World actually goes free one day, I'm going to be like, wow, Epic, you just gave away, like, you're giving away for free an amazing game. Incredible. I'm very hopeful. I'm very hopeful that Save the World will not only continue to develop, that we'll see those front-end improvements, we'll see that new UI, we'll see those new hero squads or, you know, hero setups. We're going to see Fortnitemares, you know, we're going to see those llamas coming back, all this stuff coming back and continue to progress. And whether or not Save the World goes free to play, if it does or if it doesn't, I think at this point in where we are right now, it's no longer a matter of if or when. I think it's more of a matter of how. How are they going to introduce Save the World to a much larger audience? How are they going to introduce it to the people who play Battle Royale? How are they going to, what are they going to change and do, and how are they going to bring it in such a way that not only will it intrigue and motivate people to play V-Bucks, but keep them there. Not everyone enjoys Battle Royale. Not everyone enjoys PvP. Not everyone enjoys PvE. I personally am someone who I don't enjoy PvP in any real game. I mean, even games that I've been really good at. Even way back when I used to play on arcades. You know, I mean, I was not the person. I wanted to go through. When I played Mortal Kombat, I wanted to get to the top of the tower. I wanted to defeat the thing. When someone would come up to me and drop a quarter in and do like a two-player and, you know, jump in, I would be like, oh, please don't, I don't want to. And I was really good at that game and a lot of other games. I never enjoyed the PvP aspect of many games. I have enjoyed always competing against the machine, against the program, against the game, even against insurmountable odds. That has always been my preference, to play that kind of game, whether it be campaign or building or whatever. One of the very, very, very few games that I really did enjoy the whole PvP aspect against, just because the computer was too easy, was Age of Empires. I'm sure a lot of you guys don't even know what that is. Or the original Age of Empires, you know. I was really good at Quake Arena too, but I still prefer the regular Quakes. I always loved Diablo, RuneScape, a lot of games like that. Those have been the games and the modes that I have personally enjoyed. I really enjoy Fortnite Save the World. I really enjoy Save the World. I look at it and I see so much development, so much progress, so much potential. Hearing that it was not going to go free to play this year both gave me, at the same time, a huge amount of hope, a lot of skepticism, and some real fear. I don't want to see this game go away. Seeing it coming back on its 50% sale also gives me a lot of hope, because I don't believe that they're going to sell a game to someone if they're just going to reduce it or something else, you know. I do believe they do have that. That is a good sign to me, that shows that they are interested in continuing the game, developing it, progressing it. And hopefully one day, I'm going to stop saying free to play. I'm going to stop saying that. I'm going to instead say, hopefully one day they are going to make it accessible to a much larger audience, because it's an awesome game. It's a really awesome game. But anyway, I'm going to leave it there, guys. This was just my kind of, I have a bunch of notes here that I wrote down. I've been writing down since yesterday. A lot of just little things that I want to touch upon. and talk about, you know, this announcement of it not going free to play, and just kind of share with you guys both my views on it, why I think it's happening, kind of take you through my personal experience with Save the World. And again, guys, please remember, this is all just my opinion. This is how I feel about the game. I'm excited for Fortnitemares. I'm excited for the future, and I'm hopeful. So thank you very much for watching, guys. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments if you want to talk about this. I really do appreciate you guys. Thank you very much. Seriously, all of you guys who are supporting me in the Supporter Creator. I every single day I'm shocked at how many of you guys are supporting me. It's amazing. Thank you very much, guys. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Please just have yourself an incredible day. Please enjoy it. Get out there, play some cram session because it's going away. No, I'm gonna miss the cram session so much. Play those beta storms. I don't think the beta storms are leaving yet. I don't think they're well, hopefully not. If they are, I'm gonna have to grind that all day today and tomorrow, or today, I guess. Enjoy the games. Enjoy the game. Enjoy this really awesome game. I know that sometimes there's a lot of glitches and bugs and stuff like that. Sorry, hitches. It's, you know, it can be a little, some of them can just be annoying. Some of them can be very, very disappointing and frustrating. But whoever has been working on Save the World, you can really tell that they put a lot of attention and focus and even love into it. You can definitely tell that. So to any developers watching this, thank you very much. I love your game. It's an amazing game, and I really hope to continue playing it for a long time. Thanks a lot for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys next time. See ya.